Gonna be a little bit more of a commander this time around. Murder him. Yeah, there we go. That was a nice little head slash right there from a massive two-handed axe. Look at look at my arm. Iceni's arm is just going absolutely crazy. The ragdoll is hilarious. Hello and welcome back to our Sturgian Viking. Now, we did take Gersgos Castle in the previous episode, and as I was waiting here to restore myself, we have, shall we say, a rather rude interruption from none other than Mr. Aaron here. I'm actually kind of surprised that he is attempting to oppose us in this situation, because as we've seen in the past, he hasn't actually been that successful in thwarting our efforts to basically do anything, so it's kind of interesting to me that he has now turned up. Now, obviously, what I could do is I could break out here, I could sally out if I wanted to, or I could try to persuade him. Obviously, persuading is probably not going to work. He has an overwhelming advantage at the moment, and there's basically no reason for him to accept any kind of agreement. Breaking out is also not going to be that successful, because I'm basically going to have to leave behind a whole bunch of units, and I don't really want to do that. Sallying out is also relatively dangerous, because I'm obviously leaving the safety of the walls, and basically putting myself at the mercy of my own combat strength. And as you can see, my combat strength is not exactly the greatest at the moment. If you actually want to take a look at my army right here, you can see it's actually pretty small now because of that auto-resolve that we did in the end of the previous episode. But that's the point. If you don't take these kinds of risks, and if you don't go for the big plays in terms of taking Gersgos Castle, then you're not going to get these really exciting situations to occur. And it's just going to be kind of like a standard sort of thing, you know, standard sort of playthrough every single time. And that's, I don't really like that. You know, I like to go really very risky, apparently. It seems like he's actually building a couple of trebuchets, which is obviously not going to do that much. The walls, thankfully, are quite well done. Oh, and Ragenvat, look at Mr. Ragenvat. The attackers are actually abandoning the siege because he is coming with 746 units. That's exactly the reason why we love him, isn't it? Okay, so wait a minute. I'm just gonna basically, yeah, by the way, they gave it to me. Yeah, there was basically nothing I could do about this. They literally just gave me the fief, and I'm kind of like, oh, okay, sure. All right, here we go. We're going up against the Battanians right here, and I am a little bit worried because obviously you've seen their composition. It's not that good, but obviously I'm not running around with the strongest army that I could at this point. Oh, here we go. They're actually running right in? This is very perplexing. I don't know why they'd do that. That's kind of weird. Anyway, I'm in command of the infantry right here, as you can see, and I'm actually telling my infantry and a handful of others from the army itself to just hold position, use shield wall, and just basically go in here as much as we possibly can, try to eliminate as many people very fast, and try to get them running. That's basically what we want them to do. Just try to get them running. I don't really care about killing them. I just literally want to get them scared. I want to get them on the run, because that means that we will reduce the amount of casualties that we will suffer by, well, a magnitude very dramatic, and hopefully something that's going to be very useful for us. Come on now. Take him down. Ah, he's actually being rather intriguingly good at this. There we go. Never mind. He's done. Ooh, I like it. Oh, I like it. I'm actually getting a little bit better at using the one-handed, gotta say. I mean, obviously, I'm not terribly bad at all ever with using a one-handed when I'm on foot, but yeah, I feel like I'm doing quite a bit better this time around. Okay, so I actually do want to tell my forces to continue moving forward. That would probably be a good idea, wouldn't it? Yes. Okay, don't get killed now. Come on, Iceni, don't get killed. We really do want to stay alive as much as we possibly can, and hopefully not get myself taken out as I did before. Yes, that would not be too good. All right, let's just continue to do that. I seem to always forget that, you see. Whenever I'm telling them to hold position and you know, continue to stay in formation in a shield wall, then I always forget to basically tell them to advance and continue advancing. That's the main problem that I have. But obviously I know that that's the problem, so I can indeed fix it, hopefully. And, oh, we took out his horse. Now he's done. Oh, did you see that? A slash to the head. Yeah, that's what we like to see. All right, come on, guys. I'm kind of going to need you to actually do something now. Can they actually start moving a little bit? Why are they? What is this? You see how slow they're moving? Why are they walking? Why are they actually walking? Okay, just charge. Just charge, guys. Because that is absolutely ludicrous. Did you see that? They were literally like, I don't even know. You can't even call it walking. They were walking slower than actual walking speed. Okay. Not entirely sure what was going on with that. I guess it was some weird interaction with the shield wall speed. Ah. And of course I get killed by a horse. Lovely. Absolutely wonderful. Really did not want to have that happen, but you know, that's how it goes. That is indeed how it goes. Unfortunately, the Sturgians are now going to take massive amounts of casualties as a result of me getting murdered here, because of course, now the infantry and the various other units that we have available here are not going to be commanded individually, and as a result, we are going to end up losing just that much more. But it's okay. As I said earlier in the episode, even... Oh, are you... Okay. Well, that's not my fault. He's not married to me, so I should be fine. Ragenvad has died. Can you believe it? I can't. I can't believe it. I actually can't. I am extremely surprised. I mean, why wouldn't I be, to be honest? Why wouldn't I be surprised about that? That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Okay, so we're just going to leave all these people behind for all of our friends to take. Hopefully they will indeed end up taking them. My capacity is now exceeded as well, by the way, because some of my horses were stolen. Let's actually get this guy dead. Thank you very much. You can't escape, sir. Thank you. Okay, so Gersgos Castle. I'm going to do a little bit of managing here. In other words, I'm going to try and build some things. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. It's actually got pretty decent stuff already, so it's not even necessary for me to really do much, but I am going to just add a little bit of construction here. And, well, the tax collector is always nice. Bonus to food production could be quite useful as well, so we'll do that. And then the walls, well, eventually I'd like the walls to be upgraded to level 3. Okay, wait a minute. I did not see this vote before I made my way out of the Gersgos Castle territory, so here we go. This is it. Do you want to resolve the King of Sturgia decision? Yes, I would love to. Okay, so... apparently Vidar has all of the support. Okay. What actually determines this, by the way? Is it determined by the number of castles, or is it determined... I think it might be determined by the number of castles, or is it? No. He only owns Balgard and Nevyansk Castle. That's actually kind of weird. I guess it's because he has a lot of support from all the people. I mean, I'm not even on here. I'm not even on here, so that's kind of interesting. I love this, though. I love this new system where if a particular ruler is killed, then someone else should take over. And I suppose Vidar will be the one taking over in this case. Is he actually the son? Is he the son of Mr. Ragenvad? I actually have no idea. No, he's not. He actually just has children, and I suppose his wife is dead? Maybe? I'm actually not sure about that. Let me actually have a look. No, wait. Ragenvad was his father? I can't tell. I'm not entirely sure. Yes, I think Ragenvad was indeed his father, which is hilarious considering Ragenvad is... Wait a minute. No, that's not true. Because as you can see, Ragenvad's 41 and Vidar is 57. That is no... There's no way that's going to be the case. So, well... Doesn't really matter. We're just going to vote for him. Doesn't really matter either way because, well, no matter what, he's basically going to be the next ruler. And I'm actually heading on over to some of my other garrisons because obviously I do have a number of units in there, so I should be able to get a suitable, not as powerful as before, but probably a pretty suitable army together. Alright, so we're doing something a little bit different here, and we're attacking the Vlandians. I know, yes, the Battanians were attacking us before. Well, we defeated them, thankfully, kind of, somewhat close, a little bit closer than I would have liked. And I do have my army here, have still a massive amount of infantry, which I did try to do something about by adding in a little bit more skirmishers and a couple more cavalry, but unfortunately the only cavalry I really have access to are Imperials. The Sturgians don't really focus that heavily on cavalry, unfortunately, so obviously I'm going to have to just deal with these. Now, here's the thing. I would love to be able to move forward here, but I kind of am a bit wary of the Vlandians' cavalry themselves as well, because you can see here they're poised, they're ready, you know, they're ready to head in against us at any point, and they are definitely ready to do massive damage. So I'm hopeful that they will not do that, but we'll see. I mean, look at this, my Sturgian marauders are actually already murdering some people, which is actually quite nice. So let me actually just move along here. Let's put them into shield wall formation just before we actually get towards them. And I think I might go for my two-handed axe here. I'm going to tell my cavalry to charge. Actually, you know what? Let's move them over there so that they actually charge in against the enemy's cavalry. And can we... Yep, can we tell them to go? Okay, go, go, go. Kill them all. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Let's actually just tell them to charge. Let's tell these guys to go over there. Going to be a little bit more of a commander this time around. Murder him. Yeah, there we go. That was a nice little head slash right there from a massive two-handed axe. Ah, come on now. Okay, let's tell these guys to charge in, tell these guys to move a little bit forward here. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, nice. Okay, so we've got them on the run. Now what we're going to do is we're going to tell my infantry to come back, and we're literally just going to tell them to go back into a position where we can defend them to a certain degree. I don't really want them to do anything too dramatic. I literally just want them to be defensive now, because we have forced the opponent into an offensive stance, and hopefully that is then going to result in us being able to take advantage of it by being more defensive, if you see what I mean. Because we've now basically baited them into just letting go of pretty much all of their defensive qualities, and as a result, we're going to be able to kill them that much faster, or at least I hope so. Okay, so where are my... my archers actually don't have too much ammunition remaining, I don't believe. But yeah, this guy... Oh yeah, you wanna fight? You wanna fight? Come on then. Yeah, apparently he doesn't. Oh well, never mind. Let's start moving towards the enemy's reinforcement zone. I feel like we're doing pretty well here. I just basically have to be very aware of what is going on. Let's tell my cavalry to charge, because it seems like they're being assaulted by a whole bunch of enemy cavalry as well, so it would be good to fight back against them a little bit. And as you can see, the enemy has taken up a very defensive position in the tree line up ahead. Total War style. Yes, I always remember that, you know. Anytime I've played a Call of Duty, no. That couldn't be further from the type of game it is. Ugh, I have no idea why I thought of that. Anyway, the point is, Total War, yes. Anytime I've played a Total War, not a Call of Duty. Why? Why am I thinking that? I don't know. Anyway, anytime I've played a Total War tutorial, every single time they go to me, hey, you know, you can do these really cool things called ambushes, and you can flank the opponent. You can hide your cavalry in the tree line, and then you can literally do all kinds of crazy cool maneuvers and stuff like that. I've always remembered that. And every single time I see the tree line on this map in Bannerlord, I'm always thinking of that tutorial. Maybe you will now too, and you are now plagued by the same the same vision that I am. Because no doubt you've played Total War in your lifetime. Maybe you haven't, maybe you have, who knows. But whatever the case, if you do, you'll know what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's see if we can do some more damage. There we go. Okay, wait. I've got some thrown weapons. Oh, I missed, really? Come on, that was so close. Oh, and I actually just... Wait a minute. Did I just kill him? No, I didn't kill him. Okay, phew. That was a bit close for my liking, but it's actually quite cool that they give you a different color font now when you actually hit one of your own units. It's like, hey, we want everyone to know that you messed up. Oh. Well, I've gotten used to this now, so I'm not as shocked, but there you go. There's our husband. He's done. And I'm literally face palming right now. I'm literally head in my hand. Ugh, okay, yeah, never mind. All All right, well, that is a massive amount of renown anyway. I don't really care about the renown, to be honest. I would much rather have our vassals stay alive as much as possible. Anyway, we are now pregnant, technically. So we don't really need to worry about taking another husband, so to speak. So I guess that's good? Question mark? I don't know. I guess our Black Widow title still kind of stands up, really. I mean, you know, it seems pretty fitting, doesn't it? Yes, seems very fitting indeed. Anyway, there you go. We are now going to just looking around here. I'm actually over the amount of units that I can have. That should be enough. There we go. All right, not going to take any of the prisoners, as I say. We're just going to stay nimble and light on our feet, and that is it. Okay, fantastic. Great. Okay, so Gersgos Castle is still ours. I've been defending it a little bit, by the way, as well. And oh yeah, I actually found a number of people. I actually found some additional companions, and I do need to get those guys off and running some caravans again. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. Godun is going to be creating an army by the looks of things, so that's nice for him. I like it. And let's go and speak to this guy. He also has a task, caravan ambush. You know, I would usually do this if this was a little bit earlier on in the game, but at the moment, I just don't think it's worth it. We're going to send Daria off once again, and this guy is also going to be sending Nolden off as well. Now, what I'd like to do is take a look at the villages surrounding Rote and see exactly what they have. They have cows, grain. That's it. Okay. Yeah, cows and grain and grain. Oh, okay, so a brewery is going to be perfect here. A brewery is going to be absolutely perfect. Wait a minute. Do you see what? Do you see the power level of this merchant? The power level of this merchant is 778. What? Okay, wait a minute. Does that mean that I can literally... Oh, no, I don't have relation with her. Obviously, I don't have relation with her, and she is an imperial merchant anyway, so it basically makes no sense whatsoever for me to even consider it. But that is insane. That must be some new implementation? I'm actually not sure, but anyway... The point is, what we're going to do is, aha, there's already a brewery up and running. Perfect. Oh, I might need to come back in the daytime, actually, to be able to do this. Is there a shop worker here? It's unlikely that they're going to be here in the night. Ooh, I've just received a peace agreement with Betania, and they're willing to give us 3,700? Okay, yeah, sure. I guess I'll agree with Vidar here. And there you go, we've now made peace with Betania, which I think is pretty decent. However, it feels to me like Caladog has gained some combat strength. I could have probably swayed them if I'd spent a little bit more influence, but I kind of wanted to just see what Vidar's leadership is like. So we'll see how it goes. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep this as a brewery. Makes the most sense considering there are two grain villages so incredibly close by, and hopefully it's going to give us a decent amount. Anyway, here we go. This is what we've currently got going on with my stats right here. Nothing really to write home about. We're level 24, and hopefully we'll be leveling up quite soon again. Oh, they actually took Hertogia Castle, as you can see right there. Oh, that's sad. I actually took that in a prior episode, and it would have been nice to keep control of it. But speaking of control, let's go over to Utherlane Castle and see what's going on there. Oh, look, there we go. We have given birth to a healthy baby. All right, so let's actually have a look at Shavil. Shavil? I have no idea. Okay, I have no idea what it is even. We don't even know. We don't even know yet. Okay, well, good to know. Sure, good to know. Okay, so you know what? I'm actually thinking we will rename this child. We will rename it to Rozivol, who is obviously the father's name. And, I mean, obviously, if it's a girl, then this doesn't really work, I guess, kind of, maybe. Well, it doesn't really matter either way, but it's going to be less confusing because obviously the father is dead. So, you know, kind of makes sense. So hopefully, hopefully it's going to grow up big and strong, and hopefully help us to win, to win the game. Oh yes, lovely. Okay, So I'm just going to get a bunch of trebuchets up and running. And we're also going to be calling for an army right here. Hopefully I'm going to be able to. There doesn't seem to be that many people nearby. And oh, look at that. Wow. There are barely any vassals. All right, it's time for us to lead an assault in this old school siege because we're going with a battering ram and 2 siege towers. I actually quite enjoy doing this style because it feels a little bit more... I don't know really what to describe it as, but it feels a bit more dynamic. I don't know, it's a bit weird because I feel like when the walls are down, you know, so when you spend the inordinate amount of time to get your trebuchets up and running, because let's just say if you have a very low engineering skill like I do, then it does take a pretty lengthy construction process to actually get them up and running. Then it can be a little bit tedious, can be a little bit, well... I don't know, maybe a little bit boring, I guess, but it also makes the siege itself into something quite simple. And I kind of like a little bit more interactability with the environment as well, and that's exactly what the battering ram and the siege towers tend to give you. Because even if this is indeed less efficient, because obviously it is obviously much less efficient. If you are aiming for efficiency, then you probably want to take down the walls, or you just literally want to go in for an auto-resolve. Auto-resolve is the height of efficiency if you don't care about unit casualties, of course. If you care about that, then obviously taking down the walls first is definitely your priority. But as it stands right now, I don't really care about any of that. I actually would much prefer to just do something that's fun. And that's exactly what this is. I feel like this is much more fun because it has the ability to change at any time. Because let's face it, the battering ram could be destroyed. It could be. It could very easily be destroyed. The siege towers, they might not get to the walls because a number of them, a number of the operators might be murdered before they're actually able to push it all the way to the battlements, and so on. So it actually does add a little bit more dynamicism to the whole experience, which I very much like. Although the battering ram, as you can quite clearly tell, is very easily making it to the gate, just purely for the fact that the Batanian garrison here really does not have anything too significant that can deal massive damage, and we shouldn't really have to worry about it. But I love the damage modeling on the gate as well. I feel like that's really nice too, because it kind of makes you feel like you're really getting in, you know? You're really getting into the inner workings of the castle, and you're not just seeing it happen on the world map. I really quite like the difference in that. So let's do some damage. Oh yes, let's do some damage. Who's this next to me? Ah, it's a Huskar. Of course it is. And now we can... Yeah, come on now. I might go for a two-handed. I'm not entirely sure. It depends on how much space I have when we get out there. And it depends how many archers they're actually going to be utilizing. Oh, okay. This is a lot. That's a lot of people. That is a lot of people. And that's a lot of crossbow. What? Why do they have so many crossbowmen? This is kind of weird. And why are you guys all trying to murder me at the same time? That's not very nice. Well, I'm not pregnant anymore, so should be all right to get murdered. Yes. look at my arm. I said his arm is just going absolutely crazy. The ragdoll is hilarious. Oh, there we go. The ragdoll was disabled. Oh, that was great. That was worth it. I feel like my death there was completely worth the hilarity that we got from the ragdoll itself. Oh, perfect. Love ragdolls, as I've said multiple times in the past. I very much love ragdolls in games. Anytime there's some kind of funny thing going on, I absolutely love that. And yeah, it's just really great to see. Really gives you that silliness in an otherwise very serious situation. And I quite like that. Anyway, I think, I mean, you know, I don't want to sort of count my, what is that? What is that expression again? Count my pennies, or count my sheep, or count my horses or cows, or whatever it might be. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about. I don't want to count the enemy out, I guess we could call it. That's another saying, I suppose. Not the one I was thinking of, mind you. But anyway, pretty sure we should be fine. Well, there's victory, and, well, as you can quite clearly tell, we lost yet another vassal. That's also something that I think... I know that someone actually mentioned that they turned off the death mechanic just purely for the fact that there were so many of their vassals dying. And I might even have to do that myself. I don't really want to, because I think it's actually kind of cool to see what happens, but it might be something that I'm forced to do in the end, because if it's just me playing against an entire faction of enemy vassals, it's going to be very difficult and indeed extremely frustrating and tedious at the same time. But who knows, maybe it's going to be entertaining in some way or another, and we'll see what happens. But yes, otherwise that's going to be it for this episode. If you enjoyed the video, then please give it a like, very much appreciate it, and otherwise I'll see you next time.